morning. Good to be back. It's been a fun summer, as we say. It's the summer of diseases for our house. So we went through our third bout of COVID. So my third bout. I think I'm the one who gets it the most, but all better. Everything's good. So starting off this morning, have you ever, when you have kids and grandkids, you ever face that situation where you tell them to do something, but they know so much more than you? And they know so much better how to do it. And they got it, and you're a complete idiot, and you don't know what you're talking about. Amen? Most of us know this. Yet as the parents, see, this is your chance. You can like nudge, and you might be thinking, Marion just stares Kane down, but, So those moments where the child believes that they understand so much better, and sometimes, parents are not infallible. But I think this is just what regularly happens, like in our house with three young men, is that they always know better. And actually, just this morning, I was looking at memories. So 4 years ago, I got a video of Levi, and we were at my mother-in-law's house. And he apparently, when the video started, we had a variety of dried fruits, and it was a dried apricot. And he really wanted the dried apricot. And so I got video of him trying to eat it. And he's just like unhappy. He's like, Ugh. It's like, you had to have it. Like in the video, I'm laughing. I was like, you just had to have it. I tried to tell you. And he's like, this is horrible. And I was like, that's so, like, he hasn't changed in 4 years. That happens a lot with the kids. They're like, the boys, they really wanted to eat spinach like Popeye. I remember this. That was a big thing. They wanted to eat it right out of the can, and I can eat veggies right out of the can. That doesn't faze me at all. So I even bought Popeye spinach from a can and divvied it up, and they all had their bowls. They're all excited, and I wish we had gotten that on video where they all ate it and just immediately began spitting it out. They're like, "Oh, this is awful." I was like, I tried to tell y'all, you wouldn't listen. They think they know better. Or when you face that, maybe some of you have that with your spouses, when you tell your spouse, now that mine has come back in, how she sometimes tells me, this is what it is. No, I know better. I know this is how it is. And it is not that thing. So many times we think we know better. And as we've been in 1 Corinthians, Paul is engaging this particular church, and sometimes this church thought they knew better. Sometimes they thought they knew what they had going on. And early in 1 Corinthians, we're going to be in 1 Corinthians 1, starting verse 18. He's dealing with the message of the cross, because many people, again, there's some element that if we were going to save the world, you wouldn't do it through a cross. And again, many people today, their goal is to save the world. That's one of the big things. Save the world, save the whales, whatever it is you're trying to save. And so many times they go about some method of trying to save the world. And most of us who are reasonable are sitting back saying, that's not only not going to be true philosophy. Now, I say this because passages like this, people look at it and they say, see, philosophy is bad. I'm like, no, that's not what Paul is talking about. He's talking about things that look wise, and there is much in the realm of philosophy that sounds all esoteric and smarty pants and all these things, and people say this, and the vast majority of it is garbage, because people make up this stuff, and I've read the works, I've read the stuff, and so I understand a little bit of where Paul's coming from, is that in the Grecian world, in Corinth, and all in that area, philosophy is not just simply big business, it's their culture. That when Paul is writing to the Corinthians, at this point in time, Plato's Academy is still standing and has been standing for several hundred years. Aristotle's Lyceum is still standing. You've got all these schools established by the big names of philosophy, and it is their culture. It's a part of who they are. That is a major component. It's very similar with us in America. Our big thing is pragmaticism. There's your big word. We're very practical, pragmatic. We want things to work. Everything has a group. And we read it and we just think, oh, he's just kind of dealing with this. This is the core of who they are. It's almost like as we're coming up on July 4th, which is tomorrow, again, you think of what it means to be an American. We start thinking fireworks, and again, we start thinking, what really illustrates